In this session, we explore the demand for sacrifice and the holy instant of release, a visual synthesis of Chapter 15 of A Course in Miracles. Our aim is to map the paradigm shift from the ego's linear timeline, governed by fear and guilt, to the eternal present, where release, clarity, and true peace become available. Two incompatible thought systems shape how we use time. The ego's goal is death and the preservation of guilt. It sees the present as a fearful bridge and extends past mistakes into the future. The Holy Spirit's goal is life and heaven's remembrance, viewing the present as a clean, only reality, collapsing time into now to undo fear. Here we see how the ego weaponizes time, so guilt is never escaped. The past is where guilt is manufactured and stored. The present is feared and treated as a brief step toward more misery. The future becomes the arena for vengeance and retaliation. Time, in this system, is a teaching device for compounding guilt without end. This diagram shows the anatomy of sacrifice as a closed loop. It begins with belief in separation, which generates vulnerability and the birth of guilt. Guilt demands expiation, leading to sacrifice, giving up self or others. When sacrifice fails to bring peace, resentment and vengeance arise, creating more guilt and restarting the cycle. Sacrifice and love are fatally confused. The ego's equation teaches that suffering for another proves devotion, using loss as currency for connection. The Holy Spirit corrects this. Sacrifice is actually separation from love, because it always brings guilt, never peace. Since God cannot receive sacrifice, it cannot be an expression of love. The holy instant functions as a circuit breaker in the ego's system. The Holy Spirit collapses the entire architecture of guilt into a single, guiltless present. In this instant, there is no real past or future, so fear has no basis. It becomes a clean birth, where the mind emerges untarnished and remembers God beyond all change. In the holy instant, the shadow of the past is severed from the future. On the left lies the ego's dark history of grievances. The vertical beam represents the holy instant, this very moment taken as all of time. To the right, the present extends into a future free of condemnation. Each instant a clean birth without lingering shadows. Inside the holy instant, we find a framework for perfect communication. First, we remove the frame of reference by withdrawing all past-based judgments. Second, we accept everything without trying to change it. At the core, communication becomes perfect, an open mind recognizing that all minds are connected, receiving and giving truth. The special relationship is an alliance of limitation and sacrifice. It is bound to the body, seeing others only as past actions and forms. It is built on deprivation, insisting someone must lose for another to gain. Any sacrifice here restricts true giving, creating a closed system where heaven is excluded and both minds feel guilty. The holy relationship removes limits and cancels sacrifice. The Holy Spirit grants unbounded vision, letting you see the great rays of innocence in your brother. Recognizing his guiltlessness, you release yourself as well. True giving becomes perfect, imposing no loss on anyone. This shift in vision is accomplished in the holy instant. Release from sacrifice is the shared gift of the holy instant. We begin by offering the instant to the Holy Spirit, including our brother as part of ourselves. We then will mutual freedom, recognizing that guilt is impossible because love demands no payment. Peace is restored together. The instant is never private, but always shared. We conclude by moving from time's shadow to eternity's remembrance. The ego's demand for sacrifice tries to imprison us in time, but the holy instant guarantees we are already free. By giving a brief moment to the Holy Spirit, we receive far more in return, the living memory of eternity and the assurance of our present salvation.